Hello and welcome to Wednesday, the day of Weds. I just realized, so I tried to make things a bit quieter. The AC was going, so I just turned up the heat very slightly, so that turned off. But I forgot that there's a clock that's always ticking, just here in this room. So hopefully it's not too distracting. But hey, welcome to Wednesday. One of the big things that's been on my mind recently is just going through all of my video games. Right? You can see we have a decent chunk that we've been collecting since my brother and I were kids. Here's my childhood copy of Kingdom Hearts 2. This will come up later. And, we have a bunch of PS3 games. All the PS2 games are just behind here. There are a couple just sitting around somewhere. Oh, yeah, you can see up at the top right here. Yeah, you see River King, you see Eco. Um, we have a bunch of PS3 games, bunch of Wii games and Wii U games down where you can't see them because they're slightly off camera, and a bunch of Switch games here's a lot of Pokemon and just like a bunch of Switch games that we have right here, just to prove it to you. There's a lot of these are sealed too, which I feel so bad about because I'll never get to playing them. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, right? And I'm just fumbling all of these. Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about. So I own a decent chunk of video games, and my Steam library is massive, full of amazing games, right? Like, I look at this, there's a bunch of Call of Duty because that's what my brother played, Destiny's. But, we have Persona 3 Reload and Portable, Persona 4, Neon White, Stray, Neo, The World Ends With You, both Hades. Can you see these? You can. You can see, all these PS5 games that I haven't played yet, right? I haven't even played, oh my gosh. Most of the PS3 games I've played, right? I think the only one here that I haven't touched would be Lightning Returns. Out of every single one, I've probably played every single PS3 game here, to some degree, and just not. I was just pointing at Lightning Returns. I've played all these games. PS4 games, that's kind of where we started to fall off, right? A bunch of these my brother started playing, but, by that time, it was just, life getting busy and whatnot. You could see here, Kuni, I haven't played. Night Trap, I just ordered because of the history of it, but, Neo, I played a little bit of Akami. I played Persona 5, which is, yeah, right here. But not Royal or Strikers or River City Girls. I think I played on Switch. Not Secret of Mana, not Shenmue. I have the collector's edition of Shenmue 3 just sitting across the room. I have To the Moon boxed. I have a Google Stadia just sitting there. It's just I'm just going through this collection. I'm like, I should really start playing through some of these. And I can, and I should, and I will. It's just something like Elden Ring, which is the case is busted up for some reason, because of course it is. Thanks, ordering online and just putting them in bubble mailers and not boxes. We'll get to that later. I got Far Cry 6 over here because it was just stupid cheap, when they were doing the pre-orders because of pricing error. So I'm gotta pick that up, and they honored the price. But one of the really, really fun things that I really want to talk about today would be this very, very niche accessory. This one made for the 3DS. This is a 3DS gamepad, I forget the proper name, and the battery cover fell off because I did not screw it in properly. But this is a 3DS kind of gamepad kind of thing, where you add two extra buttons. You add ZR and ZL, and you add the stick right here. And what you do is you take your normal size 3DS, not your XL. I think they did make XL variants of this, but those were even more limited release. And this is compatible with very, very few games. Dream Drop Distance is one of them. And it doesn't even work in the menu, because if I hold L on the 3DS and I hold L on this button, it doesn't work to open up the camera. But as soon as I launch the game and we get into the game proper, it picks it up right away. It's hey, I'm in a Gamepad Pro, I think they called it. If I take this out slightly, ooh, it's good that it's sticks in there kind of bit. I think it's little rubber pads, yeah, here in the back and in the front too. But if I click continue, and then it's saying checking, yeah, Circle Pad Pro, checking if it is in standby mode, press ZL or ZR. And if I just go put this right in, it immediately picks up and it launches into the game proper. And you can see as soon as we load in, I should be able to move the camera around with this little stick. If it loads in proper, that'd be great. Come on, there we go. So like there, you can see it's moving around, and I'm not sure how well these buttons are working, but like you can see the stick is moving. It was very, very limited in its like usage and release. Yeah, I'll deal with this later. So that's just like a super niche accessory, but one of the big things that I really wanted to do today, I think Xenoblade, no, not Xenoblade, well, Xenoblade Reprised in 3DS, but there is a copy of, what is it? It's like Snake Eater 3D, right? I have it somewhere. It's somewhere. I'm looking right at it and I can't find it. Snake Eater 3D, Snake Eater 3D, Snake Eater, what a thrill, what a thrill. It's completely on the other side. It's over here. Yeah, but yeah, see, this is apparently super rare game. Having a sealed copy is like worth so much money at the moment. I think it's like $100 something, and yeah, you can see the plastic still on this. That's great. It has a thing that says, I swear it says, like, the only reason I got this is because it's compatible with the Circle Pad Pro. Oh my god, I am not reading this. It's not here. But, like, it's one of the few games that's compatible with this. I'm pretty sure Smash is compatible. There are a bunch of other games that are just like, hey, we support this, because, like, why not, right? But, yeah, like, there's a bunch of stuff that's sealed. I know, like, I have so many Kingdom Hearts stuff. I have the Annapurna collection. Bloodborne, I love Bloodborne, my favorite. Fighter Z, I haven't touched. I really want to get good at that. I think I even have a PS5 copy sitting somewhere. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, it's not here somewhere, maybe. But yeah, you know, we picked up a few things the other day. There's games sitting around the room. There's both Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild sitting right there. PS5, we have all the PlayStations, PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5. We have, you know, they're just sitting across the room. There's so many things, you know, and it's just like, there's too many games, and what, like, the main purpose of why I wanted to, like, do this is that I need to catalog my games. I have too many, right? Thousands, like over 1,000 on Steam, and just hundreds here, spanning the shelf and littered across the room a little bit too. And it's just like, there are some amazing games in here. You know, Catherine is a very, very cool game that I just haven't played, but it's just like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. Personas 3, 4, 5. Like, I have Luigi's Mansion 3, never played. Like, all of these Switch games, we can go through them. Astral Chain, I played a little bit. Bravely Default 2, haven't played. Collection of Mana, have not played. Hades on Switch, haven't played. Kingdom Hearts Melody, haven't played. Luigi's Mansion 3. Persona 5 Strikers, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Why do I have 2 copies of Xenoblade Chronicles 3? Pocky and Rocky Reshrine. Any Pokemon game on Switch, which I own all of them. River City Girls I actually played. Sayonara Wild Hearts, Splatoon 2. Super Mario... Well, actually, no, we played Splatoon 2. The Super Mario 3D All-Stars pack, we haven't touched that. I think that might be it. The World Ends With You remix, The World Ends With You Neo. Goose Game is sealed. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition haven't touched it, but I played the 3DS version. I need to pick up Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Big Brain Academy, Persona 3 Portable, Persona 3, all the Persona games for Switch. Disco Elysium, I played a tiny bit. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Splatoon 3. It's just like like I even picked up Splatoon 3 the other day, just because I didn't have him. Like I kind of need this. Like you need to own this, but it's just like, ugh. Like that's the reason. Like I need I have two. Do I own two copies, or is it just like, do I own the definitive edition for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and I took it out of the box? I genuinely don't know. So I'm gonna go check right now. Just like, you get to experience this with me. Because this looks completely sealed, right? This is sealed, and I don't think I've ever opened this, right? Like, why? No, okay, so I think it's just like the art book special edition, game not included. Yeah, that's why it says game not included at the bottom. That's why this is still sealed and like, or basically sealed until I just opened it. That's why I had to purchase the game separately, because it's the special edition does not include games. Why do you sell special edition to not include games? It's ridiculous, right? Like you sell. Oh my gosh. Getting ahead of myself. I own too many games, and like that's just like a lot of these. 3DS and DS are down there. Like there's some PS1 games buried here. If I like slide this out of the way and like move this over here, and like finagle everything, and we could slide this over, move this DS, and then just like, yeah, here's some PS1 games, right? Like, some of these are very old. Like, I remember getting these Billiards, Crash Bandicoot, Warped, Crossword Crisis. What a throwback game this is. But you know, like, here's another copy of Kingdom Hearts 3 that I have a little PS1 style thing. But like, Final Fantasies, I all own those. Chrono Cross, I haven't played any of these. And it's just like, you know, I need to get to these at some point, right? Everyone should do themselves a favor and play like some Final Fantasy game at some point. I haven't played Strangers of Paradise or 16, but those are on the list. I need to get to them. We'll do it eventually, but I need to catalog. The big thing is I need to catalog. I need to write these down in like a spreadsheet or something. I need to keep track of games I've played, games I've beaten, games that are in progress. And it's just something that I have like neglected to do over the years. I keep telling myself to do this and do this and do this. And it's just like, I'm at a point where it's just like, I need to do this, right? There's a ton of GBA games. Like, I played Sapphire for like a couple of, I played it for like 6-7 hours just to get to endgame and beat it. So that's why that's here. This copy of Emerald with the label ripped off, like, that's just like, you know, I talked about Emerald, I talked about all the Pokemon games for that. We can do some fun stuff with this, so I gotta figure out GameCube fun stuff. I actually ripped out the little metal bits there, so that this will just plug right into the Wii, and we can see what happens there. But it's just like, oh, there's so many incredibly amazing, fun little things that I need to just play. Like, I'm pretty sure Sonic Advance is in here. I want to play that again. I haven't played that since I was a kid, and it's just like, you know, we can mess around with Sonic Adventure on the GameCube and just like connect via this cable and like do some fun stuff there. And it's just like, I need to like keep track of what I played, what I've beaten, when I've beaten it, how much, to like what percent completion. And it's just like, that's stuff I really need to work on and get going. And I'm at the point where it's just like, it's finally time. So as soon as this camera cuts off, I'm going to start writing things down and be like, I've played this, I've beaten this. These are everything I'm gonna write it out a spreadsheet, get a computer right here, and just be like, yes, all of these, like I've beaten Final Fantasy 13, I've beaten Final Fantasy 13 2, haven't played this, I've completed this, I've beaten all of these. Like, we'll get to it. But yeah, that's just like things that are going through my mind at this moment. It's just like, one day. That day, today. So, we'll get on it. But for now, that's what I'm going to call it for today. Sorry for getting ranty. It's just like, I'm very scatterbrained at the moment. It's just like, I need to do this. I will do this. Let's get this done. So, hopefully, we'll get it done in a timely manner. Okay, that's what I'm going to call it for today. So, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. And until then, later.